Really, I don't need to mouth at the camera for that. They would have probably picked me up just fine. Good morning, everybody. I forgot the microphone again. Well, this is an inauspicious start. It appears that the restream service I normally use for doing the streaming is broken. So I am currently streaming only to YouTube, and if you give me a moment, because I pretty much come online as fast as I could get this started, I am going to pop a message onto Twitch to say something suitable, just in case anybody. Yeah. Excuse me a moment. I'm just going to leave a message on here. Oh. Give me a second. What's really interesting is Restream chat is working fine. How weird is that? But yeah. Good morning, Danny. Good morning, Peanut. Good morning, Lola, and any other cats who may be hanging around. And let me just sort out anybody who happens to pop into Twitch. Not a great start. It was working earlier, by the way. So I did a live stream this morning, and that was fine. Even two-factor authentication all worked. And so right, okay. Unfortunately, yeah, there we go. You see, I type into Twitch and the Restream chat picks it up just fine. Go figure. It's almost like the universe is conspiring against me, but I'm not quite that paranoid. I don't see how Restream could possibly know I made affiliate status on Twitch yesterday evening. So I am now in principle monetized on Twitch, which is a significant step. But it's ever since then, I've had no end of troubles. Yesterday, Restream couldn't connect to Twitch because I had to implement two-factor authentication, had to re-log in, that messed up the stream, had to restart the stream. Now this morning everything was fine because 2FA, you can get it to last for 30 days, so in 30 days I'm going to have to go through the same rigmarole again. But yeah, that is really irritating. And I am just triple checking here. What's really funny is OBS didn't have any problem connecting to Restream, but Restream itself right now looks quite broken. And it's not just the streaming function either. Other options basically are saying there's an error. I tried logging in through Google. An error occurred. Please try again later. So it would appear that Restream is down. Anyway, it's enough of my problems. Hopefully, if anybody the thing is, and this is slightly embarrassing, of course, because I advertised that I was going live on the Long Dark's Discord server, we are allowed to do that, and in my alliance on Warframe, because some of them come over. So hopefully anybody who goes along will see the message and say, aha, we'll go over to YouTube instead. But unfortunately, I don't have the ability to multicast using OBS. So technical problems are us, but not me per se. How is everybody this morning? I hope it's less fraught than I'm experiencing. So where were we? As if I need to ask. Yesterday was exciting, wasn't it? I did finally make it back home. Now those of you who were watching will know what happened, and those of you who weren't watching should probably go and watch the video, because that was interesting. I mean, we had jump scare, and, well, not exactly jump scare, dread, terror, more terror, and then yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. To say I have quite a desire to kill a bear is putting it mildly. Grief. Right, well, let's hope that nothing else happens. Right, I now need... What am I doing? I am now... What do I need for a woodworking bench? Workbench. Oh. Nope, that's not what I want. Where is the... Oh, come on. Furniture workbench, that's it. 10 cedar. Oh, I need 10 cedar. Okay. Right, let's go and see if we can't find some cedar without getting myself killed. Do I have water? Yes. Do I have food? Yes. Do I have firepower? Yes. Oh, yes, and then that happened. The problem is the best source for cedar is actually over there, and I don't want to go near the road. I really do not. And I don't want to go over there either, because that bear's going to come round, and I want to save that bear for a special occasion. Stuffing it bodily into a meat curing box. I suppose it shouldn't be a case of vengeance is best served cold. It should be vengeance is best served salted. Right, that's one cedar.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Well, that's 3 cedar to be precise. Say I am remarkably nervous about being anywhere near large furry animals with teeth at the moment, is putting it mildly. I actually talked about this part of things during the Warframe live stream this morning. You know, you think, okay, yay, affiliate status. And then you have to do various things which, because it's the internet, then you have to provide a lot of information, which makes you feel distinctly paranoid. I mean, the process itself is actually quite straightforward. I didn't have any problem with it. It seemed to verify everything properly, but you have to provide banking information, tax information, personal names and addresses. And all the time you're wondering, is this really worth it? Suppose I get something wrong. I don't appear to have done. I mean, as far as I can tell, it validated everything, so I should be good, but nonetheless, it's an achievement. Now, one of the problems, as you may remember, one of the reasons I wanted to get affiliate status was so that, in principle, I had heard that, and I can't remember where I found out about it, that if you do have affiliate status, viewers should be able to change the resolution they're viewing at. And I don't have any way of confirming that. I actually tried sticking Twitch on my very old cell phone, only to find out that it is no longer supported by that operating system. So I got no way of checking. So if anybody has a mobile phone, well, they can't, can they? I'm so used to streaming on Twitch, there's no point in my suggesting it. But if anybody feels like using their mobile phone to see if they can view an old stream, that would be handy. At least it'll be a step forwards, I suppose. Oh, it's only 4 hours. Forgotten that it was that quick.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Yay. You know what I'm going to have to do as well? I'm going to have to go and get my salt back from the mine, which means I've got to go through bear territory again. Wonderful. I'm really not too keen on going anywhere near bears at the moment. for obvious reasons. I would have thought it would take a lot longer than 4 hours to put a woodworking bench together.
This bag's getting kind of heavy.
Well, I'm glad everybody's doing well. Meant to ask, Danny, how are your ribs doing? I hope our favourite orange menace hasn't been bothering them too much. I would have used the hacksaw, but I didn't feel like spending extended periods over there. I'm going to take the opportunity to make some water. Ooh, I want that, don't I? Do I think 24 charcoal's enough?
I wonder if I can drop any
Oh,
of this.
good. I'm very glad that's working out. That's a good idea.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one.
I do need more cedar, won't I? I think it's I can't remember how much cedar and how much fir it is. We'll go hunting for that tomorrow. Quick 6 litres, I think.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Oh. Do I want to, let's have a little look, see what he's got to trade.
Back for more, huh? Here's what I have.
Let's see what we've got. The rifle ammunition was... Yeah, I know, I don't have that. Oh, a wool ear wrap. Yeah, I don't need that. I'm kind of hoping some point to get there's a bow recipe you can get.
Heading out.
Unfortunately, my tablet doesn't have any problem, and I don't have my smartphone is so old. Twitch doesn't work anyway. I mean, the application doesn't work. I haven't tried through a browser. I am going to have to see if I can. Apparently, Twitch, if I can find a way to multicast with OBS. Now, I don't want to do that because it requires double the bandwidth I'm currently using, which is 2/3 the available bandwidth I've got. Apparently, though, there is a way to set it up so that you can actually stream at a lower resolution to Twitch than, say, you do to YouTube. And if I can, but the problem is that requires a mod or add-on to OBS, which I'm pretty certain I can't get because it's for Windows and I'm running Linux. So. Which is irritating. Presumably not now. Yeah, I presumably not now. Yeah, because I'm not on Twitch right now. At least I shouldn't be. Nope. No, nothing there. Fortunately, setting up just... I have two profiles of OBS. One's for YouTube and one's for Restream. Fortunately, when I switched over to the YouTube profile, that is already automatically connected, and it detected the waiting streams. All I had to do was select and say begin the broadcast. So that part was easy. Nice. Thank you very much. Okay. Let's grab a carrot. Oh, I've also got those. And I forgot I have... Do I have any pinnacle peaches? I do. Yay. Pinnacle peaches. Yeah, no, I mean it was yes, I didn't want to have to do a new setup and then delete the literally it detected it, presented it, said basically do you want to use this, and I said yes, and bingo, I was off and running. So I hope whatever's happening gets fixed soon. Raw burdock. So I need can never remember what they call it. Rustic bed. workbench, coffee table. Meat curing box. I need 10 fur. Okay. Ten fur, 8 kilograms of salt, and a large
Not
dead
sure I can
animal.
carry much more.
And I don't want to have anything to do with that in this weather. Because the fur is mostly along the coast there. You're kidding me. Am I back to... Oh, cabin fever risk. When did that happen? I don't know when that happened. Seems a bit silly. I spent all that time outdoors. I get back for 5 minutes and bingo, cabin fever risk. This does not strike me as being a very good idea. Ooh. I don't remember even seeing a warning. And that is cedar, not fir, isn't it? Yeah. Please don't make me go down by the coast. I don't want to do that. I'm certainly not doing it in the fog. Because by the time you see a bear in this fog, you're already in trouble. And I have had enough trouble, Phil, to last me a few days. Well, what we can do is pass some time in one of the vehicles. See if the weather clears up. deleted. How about that? I am so twitchy. I saw that mailbox and I thought, is that a bear? What do you want to bet this is going to be fur? Right where I don't want it to be. Yeah.
I'm not gonna be able to carry this load for much longer.
Just to give you an idea of how nerve-wracking this is proving, Astrid just saying something like there caused my adrenaline levels to spike. I think my nerves are shot as a result of yesterday. The number of times I've done exactly what I'm doing now, knowing more or less what I know now, not had a problem. No, but now, nope. I'm a nervous wreck. Say what you like about Warframe, it doesn't leave you a nervous wreck. Yes, I was very optimistically curious to see whether shooting a bear with a pistol could actually kill it. The answer appears to be no. This is cedar, isn't it? I've already checked it. That's cedar, and so is that. Hey, Tony. How are you doing? Right, well that's the fur. All I need now is the salt. Which means I've got to go trekking back up to the mine. The plan is have a heart attack every 5 seconds. Because I got to go to the mine to pick up the salt I stashed there, which was about... It was a lot of salt. And get rid of my cabin fever, of course.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Stop your complaining, Astrid. It could be worse. Well, that's the fur I need. And all I need next is the salt. And I didn't bring the salt back with me, did I? I'm pretty certain I didn't. Oh. Nope. Okay. Yeah, that's to be expected. Goodness.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
What are you talking about? You just dropped a bunch of stuff. Can I hear wolves gently howling in the background? Now I'm just waiting for bedtime and hopefully head out to the mine first thing in the morning. Oof. Not a trip I am greatly looking forward to. Don't worry, I'm not going very far. Just wish you could sit down. I could sit on the dock. Just... And there's the wolves over there. Oh, there's one over there as well. In fact, there's two. I suppose I should say at least they're not timber wolves, but actually I think I prefer to be attacked by 4 timber wolves than 4 regular wolves. Yeah, thank you. I did collect all the salt I could last time, and it was a substantial amount. I think last time I built the meat curing box here, I used the salt I'd gathered And there is more available around the back end of that island over there. I think there's some over there, and isn't there some down the coast here as well? Or is it all behind that island? And I think maybe that one. It wouldn't make sense for it to be down there, would it? Because it would need to be where salt could accumulate. And in this circumstance, it's going to be near the coastline. And we did kind of confirm that even though animals are somewhat aware that you're here, that wolf just walked straight by. Don't think so, no. No. No, I don't think so. I don't think I've ever actually found a bag of salt. Here. Because that's why I went and collected it. Oh, that's why when I was in the mine I collected it all there. But, yeah. Just gonna grab some water.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Well, if I'm going to pass time, because honestly I don't have much else to do until I can get to the mine, so... Yeah, now we're just going to accelerate through time and see what transpires. Oh, look at that. That was enough to cure my...
So I can't be far behind.
That's my cabin fever cured. Huh. I'll stay out anyway. I know it's not in these houses near where I am, because the last time I checked all these houses, not in this run. Well, I've checked them all now, and I'm pretty certain there wasn't any. And when I was here during Voyager, there was no salt nearby me here. And I think I've checked most everything else. I thought. Could be wrong. Oh, incidentally, my subscriber count continues to rise. I'm at 307. Now, how many days ago was I at 300? It was only a couple of days. I mean, I think that's the... Yeah, So thank you, to my new subscribers. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, it's going up. I mean, I will now be able to tell the story of the long slog towards monetization. I mean, look how long it took me to get monetized on Twitch. I am genuinely surprised that that happened faster than YouTube. I didn't think that was going to happen anytime soon. But, you know, how long did it take me? Just over a year to do it. It will probably take me 18 months to nearly 2 years for YouTube, unless they change their requirements. At least I'll be able to talk about the patience and the grind required to get there. I'm trying to remember, there was a famous, was it, who was the Minecraft YouTuber? I think it was Technoblade? No, it wasn't Technoblade, it was somebody else. He spent years until he was able to make a living from doing Minecraft videos. I mean, I think it took him something like 5 years of essentially constant grind and disappointment and effort and persistence. Now, I'm not intending making a living off it. I think that would be a ridiculous expectation, but I don't know. I mean, people do not become overnight successes. They just, I suppose a lot of them, some of them, obviously, yes, they do kind of be successful. Well, no, I mean, how long did Dream have his channel before he became an overnight success? I think it took him a couple of years. I'm sure there have been literal overnight successes, but I suspect most just have to do the work. Oh, and for some reason, oh, it's okay, it doesn't really matter. One of my Firefox windows decided it was going to just flip from that screen to that one. I've got no idea why. That's crazy. It's just started happening too. Well, no, let's be honest. It started happening since I attached a fourth screen. Even though it's switched off, things have been a bit weird. But yeah, Firefox decided to move the screen from there to there, which I should probably fix. Irritating thing. Why did it do that? It does it about once per stream. That's the weirdest thing. I'll sort it out later. Did I see a bag of salt at Desolation Point? I think I did, didn't I? I think it was in the cannery, in Hibernia Processing. I think. I've got a suspicion that's where I saw it. And I didn't want to lug it around. Arguably, I think, because I have salt here. Oh, yes. The opening theme is classic. Beautiful. And if you're really, really interested, I have nearly 3 hours of the soundtrack. And lest anybody think I'm going to, no, I'm not about to head off in fog. I'm going to wait for the fog to clear. So, sorry about that.
Man, this pack is getting kind
But
of...
I am, before I do anything else, going to take a quick break to deal with my bladder. And I shall be back in a couple of minutes. I'll see you then. Well, good news, Restream is back up. I can't use it. I don't have any way of sort of adding to the stream, but it's back up. So whatever happened, it looks like it was fixed, which is good. Right, what am I doing? I am going to pass a couple of hours, unless I can think of something. I can't start the build without salt, so let's just pass an hour. Hey, Tony? I don't know, have you must have, some of the music in Warframe is really good as well. there's a joke going around that apparently that the Warframe developers wanted an excuse to make music. Oh, I could have made some more arrows, possibly.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Okay. Oh no, I need more water. Let's grab some more water. And again, I've got a soundtrack to that I put out. Unfortunately, you do have to be slightly careful. They have some Nine Inch Nails music to one section, which has tripped up some streamers, apparently. Personally, I think, in this day and age, if you are going to put your music into a game, you ought, I don't have no problem with copyright, but you really ought to say, basically, yes, we appreciate that it's in the game and that they allow it for use on YouTube. There's a bunch of people that do that. Good morning, Eugene.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Well, the soundtrack doesn't have any, the soundtrack video I did is safe for you, I think. But, yeah, no, some of it is, yeah, yeah, some of it gets, really quite intense. Why am I doing this? Sorry for the quiet. Honestly, I think I'm safer on the ice. Where's the turn off? Oh, come on, there it is. Let's hope my memory isn't completely shot.
This packet's getting kind of heavy.
Oh, there. Alright, let's go and get some of the... There's the salt. There we go. Yeah, but it's not like me, is it? I'll be honest too, I was saying earlier, my nerves are totally shot. It's ludicrous just how nerve-wracking I am finding this game at the moment. Yeah, it does strike me as being a little unfair. I mean, the good news is that, you know, a lot of people seem to be you know, they do have specific guidelines, you know. You know, I have absolutely no problem
Carry this load for much longer.
with you know, copyright is copyright. Yes, I've got no problem if, for example, that original soundtrack I've done for Warframe and for The Long Dark, you know, if you know, those arguably should not be monetized, even if there's no copyright warning associated with them, which there isn't. I've got no problem with that at all. But yeah, to ding somebody because, oh, we're playing a game that it's in, and you lot have decided to be awkward about it. Like I say, I've been told that the 9-inch nails section in Warframe has caused problems, which is really funny because I'm pretty certain I streamed it and I don't think there was a copyright notice about it. But YouTube is pretty good about doing copyright warnings. You know, they do a pretty good job. I mean, I know it's very easy to complain about YouTube. I actually don't have any reason to. Yeah, it's... Oh, really? The thing is, too, you know, you don't necessarily get any warnings about it. My advice is arguably if you're up, I don't know if it works this way, but you know, when you upload, I think when I've uploaded soundtracks, I've done it privately first to see. Well, actually, what I've done is I've done an experiment. Upload it privately, see whether I get any copyright mentions. But I suspect the good thing to do would be to upload it privately, let it process, see whether or not there's a copyright mention. That way it never went public. I think you might be okay with that, but it's not something I've specifically tried. And the reason I'm going across the ice is I'm hoping that I don't run into trouble. Well, apart from the timber wolves. Well, no, they're not timber wolves, are they? And this is not the place I want to head back in towards the shoreline, because it's very easy to get surprised right here. So I'm going to have to try and thread the needle. Yeah, that region right there is terrible for the bear, in my opinion. Oh, grief. Because I've come across it at close range twice here. Oh, good. It's running away. Oh, great. Hang on a second. I'm sorry, I should check that. My apologies. Oh no, I think I'm good. Sorry about this. Oh no. Right, my apologies. Whenever the phone beebles like that, it's like, oh no, please don't tell me there's a family issue I have to deal with. And fortunately there wasn't. It was just British Telecom telling me that my bill is ready. Which is fine. Of course, the thing is, as we have previously determined, this region's bear can come along the ice here, if you're smelly enough. It is very tempting, isn't it? I must admit, I sometimes think the copyright strikes go a little over the top. I've told the story before but one Minecraft YouTuber I used to watch a lot was Mumbo Jumbo back in my Minecraft playing days, which will probably resume. I've never entirely gone away from it. Yeah. And one of the things he used to do was have this intro that was put together for him by a musician. And he had the rights from the musician to use that music. He thought, well, that's fine. Now, the thing about it was, when I listened to that piece of music, I thought, that's interesting. I recognize that sample. It's only about a few seconds long. And I thought, how did he get away with using that? But I think this was in the days, well, I don't know. But sure enough, he got 400 copyright strikes against him by Warner Chappell, who owned the music that had been sampled by the musician that Mumbo had the rights to play. And he had to manually edit out the first 20 seconds or so of every single video. And I can sort of see Warner Chappell's point, but still it did seem excessive. 400 individual copyright strikes or warnings or something, and that does, yeah, when it gets right into the weeds, music copyright gets very complicated. A single song, let's say you listen to a song, right? It's a new song. It's got music and it's got lyrics. That could be 2 separate copyrights. If someone does a cover version, that could be 3 separate copyrights. So if for whatever reason you decide to have, a fragment of music that you've sampled from a cover, that now you could be dealing with the copyright of the cover and the copyright of the original. Yeah, I know. It's and you can say, well, you can say that the artist deserves their recognition. Which they do. But nonetheless, yeah, I don't. Why don't you care for Dune? And which version? And how come that suddenly cropped up? Would you believe that's 40 of those? There's a funny thing about the Dune movies. The last 2 were unquestionably very good. Yep, they were very good movies. They captured a lot of the look and feel. However, the original 1984 version, I think I prefer it because it it captured, shall we say, some of the emotion of the books better than Villeneuve's two versions. It maintained the original David Lynch. Is it David Lynch? I think it was David Lynch version. Captured the essence of the relationship between Paul Muad'Dib and Chani, and made certain things clear. In Villeneuve's version, he does it differently, and I didn't like that change. The original David Lynch is actually, I think it's very good. There is on YouTube, or there used to be, a 3.5 hour fan edit which included all kinds of other bits and pieces. I thought it was a very good movie. I actually, on one occasion, went to see it in the movie theaters and sat through it twice. I thought it was very good. It got a lot of the essence without being a direct making of it. Oh no, for me it was nothing to do. I'm not a fan of David Lynch per se, but yeah, his Dune I thought it was very good. In some ways, I do think it's better than Villeneuve's. Even though Villeneuve's looks better and captures a lot more, I think some of the emotional changes that he made undermine it.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Right, 8 kilos. Let's see, that should be, if my counting is correct. Yes, look at that. Yeah. I'm scared to drop everything.
If I can drop.
Actually, I don't have as much as you might think. I think I got 40. I think I've got 10 kilos of salt there. So, yeah, it's not as good as you might think. But still, should be able to finish that tomorrow. Let's get this day over with. I also think, by the way, that I've got no problem with Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya as Wadib and Charlie. I think they could have been fine.
I'm not sure I can carry.
I can't help but feel there was a lack of chemistry, and the changes Villeneuve made undercut what could have been much better performances. But what do I know? I'm not a critic. I'm just a live streamer with an opinion. No, I haven't seen that. I must take a look. Now, there's an interesting question. Which would we have preferred? A 1970s version of Dune or Alien? I think Alien, to be honest. I think the 1970s would have been... Yeah, no. It's very funny to... Alien was what, 1979? I think? It's amazing to me how well that has survived. But I don't think a 1970s version of Dune would have survived very well. The 1980s version, I think, has survived surprisingly well. Hey, you know. I'll tell you what. Did any of you see the Dune miniseries? With, oh grief, who was the guy who played Obi-Wan Kenobi most recently? Ewan McGregor. Is it Ewan McGregor? Yeah, the the Dune miniseries, which was followed by, I think, Dune Messiah miniseries. I really thought that was very good. That was very good, I thought. Is it Ewan McGregor that was in that? No. Was it? Oh, no, I'm not sure. Went on to play Professor Xavier. And yeah, that was very good. James McAvoy, thank you. Not you, James McAvoy. Yeah, James McAvoy as in Dune Messiah. Yeah, he was really good. What am I doing? Sleeping through the night. Thank you, James McAvoy. Why do I think Ewan McGregor? No, James McAvoy. Is it because they're both Scots? In which case, why don't I mix them up with David Tennant? I'll tell you what would have been kind of interesting. Children of Dune, yes. That was the second miniseries, wasn't it? Because they did Dune. They did two miniseries. Yeah, it was Dune and Children of Dune. I'm sorry, not Dune Messiah. I don't think anybody's done Dune Messiah. That was the third one. Ridley Scott doing Dune would have been incredible. Because Ridley Scott has a presentation.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Style that is fantastic. He does some very good visual stuff. If you ever see one of his earliest movies, which was The Duelist, that was actually surprisingly good. Ta-da! One meat curing box. All I need now is meat to stick in it. All we've got to do now is remember how to put it down. What, the duelists? Yeah, there it was. Yes! I've got 10 kilos of salt in there. And I've got another 4 kilos, which I will drop right next to it. Yeah, Harvey Keitel and one of the Carradines. Keith Carradine.
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
And now... we wait for the bear. I really want that bear to come down here so that I can jump up and down, call it names, and shoot it.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Not this bear. Nope. This bear can stay where it is. I want this one. Good. Beats. And that was today's jump scare.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Look at me, all organized. Thank you. It wasn't bad, was it? I am terrible at builds. I am absolutely appalling at things like decoration or building or whatever. And you could, I'd like to see it. Drop a link or put some photos up on the Discord. I'd love to see it. Maybe I'll be inspired. Give me an excuse to sit around here and make this place into a cozy home. Actually, that's an interesting project for me, to be honest. Like I say, I can't you know what? Let's clear this sot off. I'm just going to destroy this because it's irritating me with its presence. And this. Huh. It's not letting me. I want to get rid of this.
Walk with this much gear.
Right, it was getting messy on the ground. How? Oh, that would be funny. How do you fit a table onto the travoy? Oh.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
Oh, it's not that heavy, Astrid. Stop complaining. Why am I carrying rifle ammunition? I'm not carrying the rifle. Oh, I didn't see that point. I just thought it would just automatically delete it, but okay. Where did I put my rifle ammo? No, there. "23 rounds of rifle ammo." Clearly.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Oh, actually, what have I got in terms of bandages? Because yes, I ought to. That was silly of me. I ought to have made bandages, and I didn't. Right. Now I need more cloth. Well, I will do. Do I have... Where did I put my arrow shafts? There we go. Three hours. I always surprised. Actually, that's not too unreasonable. Where did I put my water? There we go. What would we do without night vision mode? The funny thing is, how many times have I shot the right-hand bear from pretty much the doorway of the Quonset hut. Was it once or twice? It certainly was once, wasn't it? Did I do it twice? Can't remember. Just when I want it to come and pay me a visit, it's not doing so. I suspect the game is reading my mind. Yeah, that's a valid point. I did take the travois in Voyager, from Mystery Lake into Forlorn Muskeg, and I was hauling stuff around with it in what was it? Forsaken Airfield. In fact, I had to leave it in the... You know, when you leave the Forsaken Airfield, go to the transfer pass. I left it there because I was desperately searching for vitamin C and ended up in the zone of contamination where I died of suffocation. If they start putting stuff like creepy stuff in the houses, I'm going to get very irritated.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
So, I suppose, given the behavior of bears and wolves here, I could possibly, if the moose ever respawns there, or spawns there, possibly shoot it from the garage. But then if it doesn't drop dead, I've got to go hunting for it, haven't I? So come on, Mr. Bear. I want to stuff you in a meat curing box and salt cure you. Ooh, I sound vindictive, don't I? It doesn't really suit me. My archery level must be getting close to... Oh, grief. So close to 5. That would be... Life will become so much easier when I get to 5. I ought to bite on the bullet and go after it, but I'd rather not. It'll come along here eventually. I did end up liking the Forsaken Airfield somewhat. Not the airfield itself. Once you got away and you got to, what is it, Drift Islands? Drift Island's a nice spot. Yeah, you got ptarmigan, venison, bear. You can go fishing. I swear I can hear something rustling. Zonal contamination isn't too bad. Actually, it's not too bad. No, seriously, it's not. I know what you mean. Just don't go into the mine. Yeah, because that's where I suffocated, was in the mine. I hadn't anticipated just how fast you run out of the filters. So yeah, if I ever go back there, I am not going into the mine at all. Forget it. No way. Not happening. No how. Oh dear. I'm sorry. Yeah. How many filters do you need to survive down there? The reason I'm not doing anything massively interesting right now is because anything I start doing is going to take more time than I have available, so I'm quite happy to sit here and chat a bit and wait to see whether something interesting happens. What time of day is it? Oh, it's still early. My goodness. I've still got to get it. One day, I say one day, hopefully between now and I mean, okay, here's what is most likely going to happen. If Astrid dies in this run before Black Frost comes out, I will try another interloper run. I might do it again anyway, because I have not had a good start to an interloper run yet. Not at all. Oh, right. Yeah, that would be. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens when Black Frost comes out. I hope that Black Frost is essentially this with add-ons. I don't want them to have done something like make it into, oh, I don't know, one of the more, in quotes, traditional survival games. I don't want them to have I don't really want them to have house building. I don't want them to do it like the Forest or Children of the Forest or Green Hell. I don't want that. I want it to be like this, where you have to make use of the environment more or less as it is, and then yes, put horses in it or something. I don't. Yeah, they're using the Unreal Engine, aren't they? I hope they don't make this. Oh, Griever. I'm assuming they're using the Unreal 5 game engine. I do not have high hopes for the Unreal 5 game engine so far. Because the one game that I have tried with it has some very odd graphical features. Yeah, I think I'm just wasting my... Not a good day on the ice so far. Can't see very far. They can get into buildings now? Yeah, I don't want them to compromise what makes this game good. You know, I don't want us having to cut down trees and make log cabins, because that never is done particularly realistically. Do you know what I mean? Boarding up windows, yeah, I can live with that. But I haven't seen any test runs for Black Frost. But I I fully intend to get it as soon as I possibly can. If only to find out if it'll run. That's going to be my biggest problem. Will it run under Linux? Oh, but we've had but we've got wolves inside buildings here. Look at the cannery. You've got Fluffy in a room there. So it's actually not a huge step for them to have wolves in buildings. I mean, didn't they? There used to be a wolf, I think, in the Carter hydroelectric dam, and they removed it. I think they did. I believe I'm correct in saying that. So it's not a huge change for them to have it a more active thing. Alright, well, I am going to start bringing this to an end, I think. So, to those of you, if any of you, yeah, none of the survival, yeah, no, I might accept an A-frame, sort of building an A-frame. I think that would be all right, because that is a survival thing. Using bow drills to make a fire, I would be entirely like that. I must admit, I'm not necessarily. I hope they've got wilderness in there, but we'll see. Yeah. So where was I? Right. So those of you, if any of you came over from Twitch, thank you. I couldn't stream to Twitch this morning because of problems with the streaming service I use. It decided it was going to be broken, so I had to stream only to YouTube. So hopefully that does seem to have been resolved. Hopefully service will be back to normal later. We'll see. I will be back this evening with Warframe at 7 PM Greenwich Mean Time. However, we got the weekend coming up, so the Long Dark will return on Monday at 9 AM Greenwich Mean Time, and we'll see if I can get my vengeance on a bear. I'll probably have recovered by that point and not be wanting to kill it quite so badly. So, thank you very much for watching, everybody. Do appreciate it. If anybody feels like leaving a like and subscribe, that would be nice. The channel is slowly growing. Hope you all have a good day. If I don't see you this evening or over the weekend, I hope you have a good weekend. And I'll see, maybe I'll see some of you Monday, or maybe see some of you later. Anyway, I will nonetheless see you all next time. Have a very good weekend.